Good afternoon, everybody. It's Stephen and Holden today.
What's up?
Bringing you your WinExtra's daily brief for March the 8th, 2011. I just want to take one quick note and apologize to everybody yesterday for my sound quality side of the show. Doing the upgrade to my machine, it turns out I couldn't use the Creative Audigy deck to boost the mic sound, and it's just not worked out, so I'm back using the webcam mic, so that might explain the difference in volumes and everything. Holden's filling in today because Paul's out partying his butt off.
Whoa.
Something to do with Fat Tuesday or something or other?
What is that?
Mardi Gras?
I don't know. I think maybe, we do have Google, Stephen.
Yeah. Well, anyway, he's supposed to be having fun, so Holden graciously agreed to fill in for him on short notice. And so, what are you doing these days, Holden, besides going to school? And having political discussions with your dad?
Besides those are always fun. I'm not doing much, really. I'm just going to school and working. Currently looking for another new job because retail during this time of the season does not pay the bills. And then, I don't know, doing various activities on the weekends with my college friends. That's really about it. I'm home for spring break, so that's cool. Yeah. And my mom is really awesome. She keeps giving me stuff, so...
Wow.
That's a benefit.
Gotta love those mums. Now, I understand, and you're going to be doing up a post over this, and we got a whole bunch of images to go with it, but you had a chance to go to the Microsoft store.
Yeah.
Quickly, your impressions.
It was awesome, actually. I think the employees there were a little over the top with how excited they were about Microsoft, but the store was it was super cool. They had screens around the whole thing. And, they had an Xbox for every TV in there, and they had, dual screen monitors. You walk into an Apple store and you're like, damn, this place is boring. You walk into a Microsoft store and you're like, whoa, this place is awesome. So, I don't know. It was a pretty exciting time. But I think I was more excited because I'm a nerd. And I also got to play with the Microsoft Surface table, which I really wanted to do for a long time. And I was always jealous of Michael Arrington when he talked about it and how cool it was. So now I got to, and I feel like I accomplished something in life.
So what's the Surface like? Is it as cool as it looks?
No. It was actually a little disappointing. I swear, when I was using it, I think it's just because it's been used so much, by employees and little kids just pounding on it. It's not very touch sensitive. And I feel like I kind of have to press on it pretty hard to use it. And, the apps on there they have are, demo apps, which are pretty lame. None of the demos they showed for the Microsoft Surface, online, and all the cool things it can do were demonstrated on the Microsoft Surface within the store. But it was still cool to use. And it was cool to see people. I saw this couple sitting there playing chess on the Microsoft Surface, and that was actually pretty neat to see. I was like, well, that'll one day maybe be our future. Yeah. Just having tables.
You were saying once you were talking to one employee that it had actually transferred from the Apple store across the street to...
Yeah. To the Microsoft store just for better pay. So
So Microsoft retail employees earn better money than Apple employees.
Yeah. There we go. So now maybe they can compete on that too. Who knows?
Okay, anyway, on with the news. Of course, we still haven't got the NoDoh yet. Now, apparently it's supposed to be dropping anytime soon. This is the rumor. But there's been an HTC 7 Mozart NoDoh ROM leak that's made it out to the XDA developers site.
Yep.
It's the same way I feel about downloading pre-service packs from torrents and stuff. Let it come naturally, folks. Seriously.
All you're doing here is, at best, oh no, you're getting it a month ahead of time. Great. And then at worst, you're breaking your warranty and possibly breaking your device, which to me doesn't sound that awesome.
Yeah, Microsoft's doing a good enough job of that on its own.
Yeah. Right? Samsung and Microsoft don't get along, do they?
No. You found this story rather interesting when I posted it. Apparently, there's been an update to the Windows Phone marketplace. Terms of service, developer notes, access information. One of the things I found interesting is regarding the ad control. Now, apparently, Microsoft offers a free Windows Phone 7 ad SDK for developers.
Yep.
And it says here, of ad-funded apps in the marketplace, over 95% use the free advertising ad control.
Mm-hmm.
And monthly impressions in their ad exchange has increased 400% since January.
Right? That's pretty awesome. Let's see. Yep. I don't... But it's, by all sounds of it, by this post at least, obviously it's on the Microsoft blog, but, I mean, Windows Phone 7's doing pretty good, all things considered, it seems. What I found to be particularly interesting was the trial. The trials they had. The trials result in higher sales. Nearly 1 out of 10 trial apps downloaded convert to a purchase and generate 10 times more revenue on average than paid apps that don't include trial functionality. That I thought was particularly cool.
Yeah.
Because Android doesn't allow trial apps, do they? No. I've never encountered a trial app on Android.
No.
And iPhone doesn't either. So,
well, now, this is Mo Tweets.
Yeah.
Okay? See if we can get that in there. Now, at the top of it, they have ads powered by 140 proof.
Yep.
Now, I don't know whether that's incorporating the ad network, but I don't, I look at this and I don't find it, that obnoxious. And I'm getting the app for free. Mm-hmm. And Panoramic, who does Mo Tweets, is making some money.
Mm-hmm. So, 140 proof, actually, by the looks of it, I just looked it up right now, it doesn't look like they have anything to do with Microsoft, per se. It looks like they're their own independent thing here. But, I mean, here's the thing, like, it wouldn't be growing that much if they weren't doing it well.
Yeah.
Or if it wasn't obnoxious. But, isn't Apple iAds suffering, kind of, right now?
Well, yeah, they slashed their prices.
Yep. So, I mean, Microsoft obviously is doing something right here, and then we have to look at Google, who did they buy for their ad for mobile?
AdMob?
AdMob, there we go. And it'll be interesting to see if Microsoft will open that up, I guess, to other platforms, such as Android and iPhone. If they're doing so well on here, because that would be significant competition to AdMob, which obviously is competition to Google.
Well, you'll never see that happen on the iOS, but you might see them, make an SDK available for Android developers. Who knows? That definitely would be an interesting thought, because they definitely got to do something to make up for that $1 billion handshake. That Steve Ballmer and Stephen Elop shook on regarding the Nokia Microsoft deal. But here's the thing, interestingly enough, most of the blogs that I posted, I read about this, were framing it that it is a 5-year deal. Mm-hmm. Actually, it's over 5 years. Yeah. It's not just set in stone in 5 years you're going to renew. This is something that's going to go beyond 5 years. We don't know how long, the contract is for. But, everybody's going, $1 billion? You guys nuts? But at the same time, Microsoft is getting royalties or licensing fees for the Windows Phone 7 OS for each and every single Nokia sold.
Yep. Though, see, here's the thing. The only, really concern I have with it is, first off, I hope that Windows or Microsoft is behind Windows Phone 7 100%. Obviously they should be if they're willing to do a partnership with Nokia. But if they're doing this for the next 5 years, I hope that they get it right. I guess, right out of the gate. Because if they don't, it's going to be a rough few years for both of them.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, here's the point. Yeah, Microsoft could be as behind it as they want. But as long as the carriers maintain the stranglehold that they have on things like updates, it doesn't matter what Microsoft does. It doesn't matter what Android does. It doesn't matter what... Well, Apple's a different case altogether. Okay? But as long as...
Now, is the reason why Apple's a different case is because they don't do over-the-air updates?
No, because they produce their own hardware. It's a complete package. Okay? You buy an iPhone, you are buying an Apple product. You buying Android, you could buy an HTC, you could buy a Samsung, NIN, blah, 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 and the same with Windows Phone 7. Okay? Because that disparity among handsets, right, the carriers are saying, well, that's way too many for us to test on, so that you can just bang out an update. So we want to be able to hold back and make sure things aren't going to puke all over the place.
And I mean, by holding back too, I mean it might never ever happen, right? Because we see that with Android updates, though. Like I have been promised now 3 times with my MyTouch 3G slide that I'm supposed to see 2.2, and it's been held back about 3 times now, 3 times, 2 or 3 times, 3 times I think. But I mean, I don't think the same situation will happen per se with Windows Phone 7. It is going to be delayed though, and I'm sure Microsoft will push it a lot harder than Google does.
Well, I know that apparently from what Microsoft has said, they can only hold back 1 update.
Oh yeah, I remember that. So they have the option to.
Yeah. I just wish they weren't holding back any of them. But again, we come to that disparity of handset makers, and it's got to be tested. Anyway, interesting little bit of news. On Facebook, Farmville is dropping. Cityville is now number 1. But guess who's number 2? Microsoft Messenger.
Yup. That is awesome. I haven't used Microsoft Messenger in a long time. I used it when I was in 6th grade to talk with my friends. And that was when my parents were still watching over my shoulder when I was on the internet. So, that's really cool. I have no idea who still uses it.
I've got it installed.
Right, I have it installed, I suppose. I do have it installed when I installed Microsoft Office, but...
And what's the line here? Messenger's daily user numbers are up by over 300,000 over last week. That's a massive growth.
Yep. Now, this is attributed to Microsoft integrating Facebook within Messenger, right?
Probably also within Windows Phone 7. Maybe not.
Is there... I don't know. See, I don't know. Does Windows Phone 7 have a dedicated Messenger client? MSN Messenger?
No, you have to download one from the App Store.
That's weird they don't include it right away. You'd think they would with their push for video, too. You
know what? For once, it seems like Microsoft is going with bare minimum.
Yeah, that's true.
And making if you want something, then you install it. It's like with Windows 7. You don't by nature have a email client.
Yep, you have to that's weird.
So they're giving you the choice to download what you want. Now, granted, if you go to the Microsoft Store and you pick up a premium computer, whether it be a laptop or whatever, it comes with Windows Essentials pre-installed and optimized for that machine.
Yeah, and it's like a signature series or something if it comes from the Microsoft Store. And they have some cool little apps they have on there if you buy from the Microsoft Store. Like I was looking at the touch interface for one of the Asus ePads that's coming out. And they had a dedicated Microsoft app for it, and it was just a photo gallery and stuff. But it was really neat stuff. And I mean, it makes sense though. If you're going to buy something from Microsoft Store, you should expect Microsoft products to be installed on it by default. But it is interesting to see. See, I don't know anyone that uses Windows Live Messenger, dedicated between Windows Live Messenger things, right? But I do see people who use Facebook. Now, I wonder, I just might not know that people with Windows Live Messenger installed are chatting with me over Facebook using Messenger, right? So,
Yeah.
I just go to Facebook.com, and personally, I hate the chat interface on Facebook.com, so maybe I just need to use Windows Live Messenger for Facebook chat. Oh, it's terrible. God, I don't know why I use it. Now I feel stupid, because I have Messenger installed on here, I just hook up my Facebook account, see?
Well, go and check their app section. Maybe there is one in there.
I'm gonna have to now. Now, what is this HTC Sense? That's my question. Why is there HTC Sense on here? That's crazy. Yeah, that is the price, I think, of like layered UIs or whatever. Is it because they like hook up with Facebook?
Could be. Now you're an Xbox owner, or your roommate is. So this next little bit.
We actually have all three roommates who own Xbox.
So this next little story would be right up your alley.
Yes.
Apparently, the news out now is that Microsoft is starting a job listing search for Xbox 3D in-house developers.
See, well, first off, I mean, I don't know how I feel about 3D, okay? Like, I don't know if you've ever watched the 3D, like, TVs at Best Buy or whatever, but man, those things make me sick, and the picture quality is bad, and it's a bad experience. So I hope that if Microsoft is making an attempt for 3D gaming or 3D whatever, it's done right.
How can you do anything like lousy 3D anything better?
I don't know. I really don't. Like, the Nintendo 3DS got some good reviews.
3D sucks. Period. You can't convince me otherwise. Anyway, quickly, our last little note here. A lot of people know what Steam is, and to a lesser degree, Stardock's Impulse. What they don't realize is that Microsoft also has a game distribution system called Games for Windows Live. Now, I've tried it. It's not bad, but they're saying that they are going to be making it better as more developers get on board. Not just small developers, but the big boys, like Fable 3, as you were mentioning.
Yep.
To make this, I guess, an alternative to Steam. I guess.
It would be a smart move, to be honest. I mean, they have this huge brand, the Xbox Live brand, behind this, and obviously, it's not being marketed well enough and there's just not enough good games on there to justify it. That Xbox Live logo is just such a huge deal. Like, I know, me not being a gamer, but my roommate being, if something has Xbox Live on it, he's going to pay attention to it, right? It doesn't matter how crappy the product looks immediately until he looks into it. But if it says Xbox Live on there, or Live, Microsoft Live, whatever, he's going to look into that and dig deeper. Now, is he going to go push farther past that? I don't know. But as long as... Right now, like, my current roommate wouldn't do it, because there's not enough good games on there. Like, right, they need the top gamers, like the Fables and all that stuff. So, to improve it would actually be a great idea. And it would also be an interesting push, I think, against the Mac App Store. Because if you look at the Mac App Store, I get to see it every day. They have a lot of games on there. Now, granted, they're older games, but I am impressed at how many people... based on reviews that I see, like how many reviews they have, how many people will download older games to their Mac, right? And these were big title games just being on the Mac App Store. So providing a convenient and popular place for these games would be a really smart move, because what I'm seeing from the Mac App Store, at least in their games section, it's been a pretty for that. So, I mean, to have a dedicated place for gamers, like for Xbox Live gamers, and it to be good would be a huge boon for Microsoft. Like,
yeah.
I don't know why they've been relaxed on it thus far, and then decided, oh yay, we're gonna do this now.
That's Microsoft for you. Anyway, on that note, if you've got any comments about today's show, or you just want to thank Holden for jumping in on joining us, and thumb us up on YouTube, or leave us a comment on WinExtra.com or YouTube/WinExtra, or drop us an email at podcast@WinExtra.com. So until tomorrow when Paul will be back, this is Stephen. That's Holden.
Yo.
This has been WinExtra's Daily Brief for March 8th, 2011. Goodbye, everybody.